And this is another good one. Top Christmas toys of the 80s and 90s. Okay, we're really getting somewhere here. This is the good stuff. Let's see what he's talking about on this one.
It seems like every year there's a new toy that comes out and becomes the latest fad just in time for Christmas. Oftentimes these toys are in high demand with a short supply. So if your parents were able to get you the most wanted toy of the year, then consider yourself lucky. There's no telling what they had to go through to get it.
Yeah.
In today's video, we will discuss the most popular Christmas toys of the
ColecoVision.
1980s and 1990s.
Sega.
In 1974, a Hungarian toy designer named Erno Rubik created a 3D geometric puzzle called the Magic Cube. This interesting contraption landed in the hands of the Ideal
Rubik's
Toy
Cube,
and
yeah.
Novelty Company, who renamed it the Rubik's Cube. This became the biggest toy of 1980, and kids everywhere wanted one for Christmas. Within the first 2 years, they sold more than 100 million units. The success of the toy has led to other geometric puzzle toys, but the Rubik's Cube has remained popular ever since. There are even competitions to see who can solve it the fastest.
Wow.
In 1981, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was created, and it was introduced as a series of incredibly muscly action figures. At the time, they were nearly 2 inches larger than Kenner's Star Wars and Hasbro's G.I. Joe action figures. Every little boy wanted He-Man and Castle Grayskull for Christmas that year. Hasbro's My Little Pony gave Barbie a run for her money in the Christmas season of 1982. These toys came in a range of small vinyl horses with long and bright groomable hair. Each pony had its own adorable name, as well as a unique emblem branded on the hind quarters. One of the craziest Christmas toys of all time has to be the Cabbage Patch Kids.
Again.
The dolls can be defined as having a large round head and a doughy body.
He's wrong for that. Woo! Oh no! Woo! He said the doll have a large round head and a doughy body. I forgot what he just said. I gotta get that back now. That was terrible. What are you doing?
In
This guy.
1980, and were called.
Oh, that was funny. Now see, that is funny. Not some of this other whatever stuff they be talking about. That was funny there.
One of the craziest Christmas toys of all time has to be the Cabbage Patch Kids. The dolls can be defined as having a large round head and a doughy body. They first appeared on a television show in 1980 and were called Real People. In
Real
1983, the renamed Cabbage Patch doll created a terror in the stores.
I remember that.
Parents desperately pushed, shoved, elbowed, and punched their way down the toy aisle.
That's rough. Let me get that back again. That was funny. He said
Terror in the stores when parents desperately pushed, shoved, elbowed, and punched
Get
their
out
way
of
down
there.
the toy aisle in hopes of snatching this doll
They want that
before
damn
Christmas.
That damn toy.
This became known as the Great Cabbage Patch Craze. If you received a Cabbage Patch doll that Christmas, then I'm sure your parents have an interesting story behind that adventure. In 1984,
There you go.
Hasbro introduced Transformers, and the toys were the hottest items for that Christmas. These Japanese toys could shapeshift from robots to motor vehicles and more. The toys were launched with an epic backstory and a supporting line of comic books. The Transformers craze continued to grow with television shows, games, films, and even their own cereal.
Yep. I remember the cereal.
In 1985,
This
the
guy
world
here.
was introduced to Teddy Ruxpin. He was a cuddly animatronic teddy bear that could read bedtime stories.
Everybody tried to put the I still don't know if it works. Everybody tried to put the music cassette in there to see if he starts singing. How about that? I remember cousin had him, and you already know what I'm about to say. He got thrown out. Should have kept him.
And he was developed by a former Disney Imagineer named Ken Forsey. Teddy's technology was the same kind that was being used in animatronics at theme parks. The bear had a cassette tape player and facial features that would move with words. Teddy was somewhat pricey, but it became the best-selling toy of 1985 and 1986 with sales in the millions. By the mid-80s, the Atari craze had slowed, and many thought the gaming console idea would soon be a thing of the past. That's where Nintendo set out to change everyone's thinking.
And Nintendo wasn't having that. Now, they wasn't letting that be. So we're going to make this Nintendo now. When that came out, they said everybody was trying to get it. They said Nintendo was rough. Back when it came with 2 controllers and a game. I think, and it came with the zapping gun. They came with everything. It was something serious.
Japan infiltrated the American market in 1985 with the Nintendo North American division. They reassured retailers that they only had to pay for the units sold, and any units not sold could be returned for credit. This gamble didn't really pay off the first year, but in 1986, Super Mario Bros. Was released and sales skyrocketed. Kids who received this game system as a present that Christmas will never forget the feeling they had when they first saw it and played it. The Nintendo Entertainment System solidified the game console, and people have been...
I know when they, whoever got it, when they opened up that, I got Nintendo, eventually, but, that wasn't for Christmas, but I got one. But I know when they opened up that big box, and they saw it was, the Nintendo, they probably, did a cartwheel in that living room. Yeah, it's because they said it was, that mess, they said that mess was selling.
Gaming ever since. In 1987, the Koosh Ball came out.
I forgot about that.
The most desired toy for that Christmas. It was invented in 1986 by Scott Stillinger after he was having trouble teaching his young children how to catch. The Koosh Ball was intended to be soft enough not to hurt anyone, but also much easier to catch. The name for the ball came from the sound it made when it was caught in his hand. Scott was so confident in his design that he quit his job in order to begin manufacturing this new Koosh Ball. Troll dolls were created out of wood in the late 1950s by a Danish fisherman named Thomas Dam. American toy companies copied the concept with the plastic version that became popular in the 1960s. Troll dolls re-emerged in the late 1980s, and it became highly sought after in 1988. Kids not only loved them, but so did the adults who decorated their workspaces and offices with them. In 1989, the Game Boy from Nintendo became the highest desired item of the Christmas season. This 8-bit handheld console had an enticing design with a bunch of great games.
The original
game system was
Game Boy.
Convenient, and kids were soon playing these everywhere. This follow-up to the Nintendo Entertainment System became an instant hit, and it revolutionized portable gaming for the future. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles became huge thanks to a massively popular animated series about witty, crime-fighting turtles with an appetite for New York pizza. In 1990, their live-action movie was released, and the Turtles had totally taken over the youth market. That same year, they became the best-selling toys for that Christmas. These fighting turtles remained popular throughout the 1990s, and even today, people can't get enough of them.
Oh, credit damn ads, man. I was going to say something.
T-bone beef goes from our kitchen to
that's
is our recipe. Get ready.
Come on, man.
Ahsoka, now streaming on Disney Plus. And if you're looking for more, you can add Hulu to Disney Plus.
Oh, come on.
Super Nintendo hit the market in 1991, and it was a follow-up to their
I was going to say about the Turtles. People don't know how popular them Turtles was. They keep talking about that damn Power Ranger, your Voltron ripoff. Shoot, the Turtles was something else. Shoot, now, and that's another thing. When I got with that toilet, he left out Voltron. That's another. I forgot about that. And what the hell's wrong with Super Nintendo? But yeah, the Turtles was something serious. I remember. I don't know if that was my birthday or Christmas. I was little. I can't remember. I got food, the Turtles, the Rat King, and somebody else. But yeah, they don't know understand how popular the Turtles was.
Popular original gaming console. However, this time Nintendo faced stiffer competition from the competing 32-bit console Sega Genesis. The first major console war had officially begun, but that Christmas it was Super Nintendo.
You might have that wrong. It wasn't 32-bit, that was 32X. Sega was 16-bit. It just had like the arcade sound for the games. I remember all that. Because Super Nintendo had one version, they had two different versions of NBA Jam. Like the NBA Jam for Sega was the arcade version, and the one for Super Nintendo was like their own. Had their own version. Yeah, this wasn't no 32. That was 32X. That was a different thing.
So they came out on top. The Talk Boy made its grand debut in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, as a handheld recording device used by the movie's prankster, Kevin McAllister. A retail version was released on the same day as the movie, and it became the top toy for Christmas in 1992. This toy became so popular that several spin-off versions were created, including Talk Girl and Talk Boy FX Plus. In 1993, the Super Soaker became the hottest toy of that year.
That was a classic.
So much so that kids still wanted one for Christmas. It was developed by a NASA engineer named Lonnie Johnson. He was working on a heat pump that could use vaporized water pressure instead of hazardous Freon. When the pump sent a stream of water across the room, Johnson pivoted towards creating a high-powered water blaster instead. His first prototype was called the Power Drencher, and it was made out of PVC pipe and an empty soda bottle.
That is rough.
In 1993, the Fox Kids Afternoon TV block introduced the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Showdown soon rose to fame. Their immediate success gave way for the toys, which became highly desired for Christmas in 1994.
I'm gonna tell you again. The Superhuman, whatever they were called. Oh, Transformers ripoffs. You'll never be the Transformers. Voltron ripoffs. It'll never be the Voltron. Hell, the damn the vehicle Voltron is better than this. You'll never be Voltron. Now, leave it alone.
The following year, in 1995, a movie was released. In 1995, the world was introduced to Thai Beanie Babies. These inexpensive bean-filled animals became super popular, and they were on most kids' Christmas lists that year. Soon, both kids and adults were collecting them and hoping to find the rare and valuable ones. These dolls came at a time when the internet was just really starting to take off. That, combined with a supply and demand issue, led to a collecting frenzy. Today, there are certain Beanie Babies that some people claim are worth thousands of dollars on the resale market. In 1996, Tyco Toys hit big with Elmo and his infectious
I remember
laugh.
that now. That was sickening. Now you talking about they were fighting over the cabbage doll. They were throwing stunners, throwing stone cold stunners for that red thing. Oh boy. Because I was in school, man. It was trying to figure out how to get it for their kids, and this one wanted it, and that one wanted it. That was getting ridiculous. I remember that.
They released Tickle Me Elmo, and the Sesame Street doll became the most in-demand toy of the Christmas season. During the Tickle Me Elmo craze, shoppers trampled over store employees and engaged in physical battle with other parents, all in the name of the Christmas spirit. Before cell phones really took over, teens and preteens became hooked on a virtual pet named Tamagotchi in 1997.
I understand that.
This little keychain game required the user to give constant attention to their little pet or it would starve and die.
I didn't get that.
There were multiple different ones, and they were on the top of Santa's Christmas list for that season. Soon after, these toys could be seen on backpacks everywhere. In 1998, the Furby craze came to the scene. Hasbro came out with these furry creatures that sort of resembled a gremlin and an owl mixed together.
Fighting over them things.
During the holiday season, parents were once again fighting in the stores in order to bring home this highly coveted gift. This toy found its way into millions of homes where it would speak Furbish until it learned other phrases like I love you. Furby also became a toy that caught the attention of the U.S. government, who wanted these toys banned from military bases and high-security buildings such as the Pentagon. The fear at the time was that they could spy on different operations and leak top-secret information. Today this seems laughable considering how everyone has cell phones, but it was a hot topic in the late 1990s. In 1996, Pokemon became a Game Boy game, and then it quickly grew into TV shows, toys, and movies. But nothing seemed as big as the Pokemon trading cards. In 1999, kids everywhere began collecting the cards, and they were on a lot of kids' Christmas lists that same year.
He didn't bring up that in the other video, but yeah, they said if you got the Pokemon cards, you won't need nothing else. You sell them and you good, because a friend of mine bought some from somebody. She said they didn't know what the heck they was doing, and she got a bunch of them things, so she's good now. She's good. So
today there are certain cards in the right condition that can be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Toys are a huge part of our childhood, and no matter what you had, you'll never forget them. So what were your favorite toys and some of your memories with them? I would love to know more in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, that's another good one. He woke up that Christmas morning and you saw that big huge box. You were hoping this the Super Nintendo or the Sega or what, Nintendo 64. I think the Nintendo 64. Yeah, that Nintendo 64 came out in '96, I think. Yeah, you were hoping it was something like that. That box, yeah. and then I wish they had a video of it. If the kid opened the box, he thinking it's the Nintendo, he opens it up and it's the box of clothes. I can see his face looking angry. Oh, he pissed off. He'd be like, "This ain't no damn Nintendo." Thought that might have happened to somebody, but that'd be crazy. But yeah. Christmas morning, boy, or I never forget. I don't know what it was. It was a huge box, and yeah, it might have happened to me. Matter of fact, yeah, open up the box, the clothes in there. But then I dug through the. Now I'm remembering. I dug through the box. There was the figures just in there. I was about hiding them in there, so you had to open the whole box. I don't know about tricking you. Know about that. I opened up the box and then the figures was in there. Know about mixing them together. But yeah, that was something else.